Is that what you wanted to know? Yeah. So basically, I've said it before. I always get in trouble when I say it, and it's like, you know, look. I'll start out by saying, because the ending was great, but everything's cool. But I thought that, you know, our idea was that, if you remember that last scene, our idea was that everything would be the same. That Shane would take Rick out into the woods, pretending to look for the prisoner, and when he got there, basically everything would happen the exact same. But basically, Shane would say, "We don't need to be looking for this prisoner because I killed that dude. I choked him out and I strangled him, whatever I did, and he's gone. And now it's time for me to kill you." And basically, my idea and Andy's idea was that what it would be was that Shane takes Rick out into the woods to kill Shane. That's what he wanted to do. He needed to make Rick man enough to be able to raise Shane's baby. So the idea that we had would be everything would sort of be the same. He'd say, "I'm a better man than you. I know your wife. I was with your wife," and he would goad him and goad him and goad him. And Rick would take his gun and throw it away. Say, "I'm not going to fight you. You're my brother. I'm not going to try to kill you." And that would drive Shane crazy. He would push and push and push and push, and finally, you know, he would get stabbed, and everything would be the same as in the show. The only difference would be that when Shane reanimates as a zombie, that he starts to come at Rick, and Rick would pick up Shane's gun because Rick threw his gun away. I don't know if you can follow any of this, but Rick would pick up Shane's gun and point it at zombie Shane, click, 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 and then Carl would come out the back and shoot Shane, and then Rick would look at the gun and see that Shane's gun was never loaded. So Shane never took Rick out to the woods to kill him. Shane took him out to commit suicide, and in a way, it's a much more haunting. It's a much more brutal act because once Rick realized that, you know, Shane's goal here was to kill himself, it would haunt him in a way that I think. But you know, the brilliance of you know, the writing and the show is, I think that was in there, and that was you know, there's a little bit of everybody's idea. You know, how Andy decided to play Rick in this last season. You know, he's really haunted, and it's really beautiful work, and it's in there. So it's all good. I'm totally happy with the way that it happened. You know? But that was my idea.
Can I just ask why you didn't go with that? Because that is epic.
You know, they didn't go with it, I think, because they needed Rick. They didn't want Rick at that point to, you know, it becomes about like kind of heroic actions, and they didn't want Rick kind of fucked up over and over and over and over again in season 2, and they didn't want the end. They didn't want the last thing he did to be a big screw up. It depends on, you know.
Yes.
Hey John, as everyone else has said, it's been really cool to meet you today. It's 2 parts. First part, if Shane